Hi, and welcome to my November 2024 crystal ball readings. Most of you know me, I'm Lynette Hart. I do crystal ball readings. This is my crystal, she's pure quartz. And she just gives me signs and symbols, which I interpret for each zodiac sign for the current month I'm doing. Okay, so that's Poppy. All right. I do legally have to say that this is a form of entertainment, and any advice or information that comes through is entirely your responsibility what you do with it. Okay. Now, she also gives me a general energy reading for the coming months. So for November, she's given me quite an interesting one here. She's given me shifting energy. So that's open to quite a lot of interpretation. But to me, it feels very much like the axis has now changed, and people's perspectives will change, will shift to a different viewpoint. This could actually be on many levels. It could be a personal level, global level, or even both, and to various degrees. Okay, so but there's definitely a shift in energy for November. Okay. Now I go for the zodiac side, so I'm starting with Aries. Now for Aries, she gave me this what I call the stop hand side, but she also gave me three options. Okay. And then she's also got a person looking very close up to the hand. All right. So it felt for me for Aries, it was stop and check at your options and listen for different alternatives and not just your habitual go-to mode. Okay. That's important. Okay. And that's to help you move forward. And also, she popped in, be proactive in your options and choices. Okay, so that's quite a different, but that's quite a nice different one for you. But it's about basically stopping and looking at what your options are and looking for the different options that probably aren't in your normal framework. Okay, so that's for Aries. For Taurus, she gave me a bird on a branch, and then I got lovely coloured spirit energy coming through as well, just above it. Now, every time I get a bird on a branch, when she gives me a bird on a branch, it's the bird was not ready to take flight. Okay, sometimes she'll give me a bird that looks like it's ready to take flight. And but this one isn't. It's kind of like hanging on to the last bit of the branch for dear life and wondering what to do. And so it kind of say to me that there's a trust issue here. You may be not trusting that you can fly, metaphorically speaking. So there's a hesitancy here. All right, but the spirit are around you and say, "Go, it's okay. Have a look. You know, you can do this," and trying to encourage you. So if there's any area of your life where you're feeling really, really hesitant, look at it, look to see what's holding you back. All right. And trust that with a little bit of help and a little bit of adjustments, you can fly. Okay. Is that this sign also tends to come up when, say, like somebody's leaving home. So the classic situation will be when the child goes off to uni or goes off to get married or gets a place of their own job, that type of thing. That's the classic kind of scenario that she will give me for a bird on a branch. And it depends whether this bird was hanging right on the very end of the branch, kind of hanging on for dear life, as if to say, I don't really want to go. So that's what's going on for you, Taurus, for November 2024. Now we go on to Gemini. Now, Gemini was a bit of a mixed bag here. I got a big leaf, and it was quite a good big leaf. Every time I get a big leaf in Poppy, it's usually about growth, all right? And then I got a tiny little, niggly little goblin figure. Usually they're about negative doubt, someone who tried to undermine you or an idea, or yourself undermining each other, yourself. So then next to it, I got a pyramid. Well, pyramids to me are all about power. Okay, now I'll explain a little bit more about the pyramid. And then I got two people talking over a desk. Unfortunately, one was not listening and one was doing all the talking. It wasn't. there's some difficult communication going on at one level. Okay, so I do feel this is a little bit of a mixed bag here for Gemini. So for all that the big leap is growth and the pyramid represents power, which is good, the pyramid actually had splotches of shadow and light all around it. So to me, it felt as if there was an imbalance somewhere in a power relationship, whether that's about you working in a company or a relationship, or there's an imbalance going on. So that's yes, that's about the balances in power, relationships, and ratio. And again, that's kind of manifested through a more personal level with the two people talking, trying to talk to each other over a desk. But when one's talking, the other one's not listening. And when the other one starts talking, the other one's not listening. So it's kind of like, so again, it's an imbalance going on at different levels. All right. But ultimately, the pyramid, the lit up areas, and the big leaf are good. So just watch the little niggly bits around it. Okay, so that's for Gemini. Cancer, I got a face, and then I appear to have a line go down it. And as if it's like in two minds. Someone's in two minds about something. And I saw a person struggling on a hill. All right, literally just trying to crawl up this hill and really struggling. All right. So it feels here that there's at least one issue in your life where you're in two minds, either what to do or think, or you're having a critical self-talk with you, and then you've got your nurturing side coming in. So there's different things going on here. This can feel like it's an uphill struggle, hence the struggle with the person on the hill. However, the hill in this image had a lovely orange glow right towards the end. All right. So when the orange glow comes up, I want you to look at your belief systems to find your way forward. All right. Because we all have our belief systems that come in from when we were children. Some of them are relevant now. Some of them are outdated for us now. So check out what your belief systems are to help you with these two minds and this little bit of struggle that you're going on with. All right, because it's the orange glow is a lovely glow and there's a lot of brightness around it. Okay, so it's important you look at your belief systems. All right, so that may be about you having to go a little bit deep into your soul work, but your answers are there. All right, and there's no need for you to keep struggling. Okay, I know that's easier said than done. Believe me, I know that I've been down that line many times. So that's for Cancer. So keep going, right? For Leo, I got lovely splodges of bright energy in different areas. Some of it was quite fragmented, all right? So it hadn't quite got strong enough yet. Basically, that's how she's putting it. But that to me, because of all the brightness and it's splodged all over, it means to me that there's a lot of different options opening up in your life. Okay. Although it looks like some of them need work. So that's why it's fractured energy. I'll put fractured energy in brackets. So watch out for these options coming into your life. It could be just a feeling, an instinct, a gut instinct, or you could feel something really physical coming into your life, things like that. But whatever it is to just keep manifesting that energy into a cohesive whole. Because this was a lovely bright energy. It just needs some work. All right. So that's for Leo. For Virgo, I had to keep looking at this one. I keep blocking the light off and thinking that she'd give me something daft here. But she showed me an orange wizard, and I couldn't get away from the orange wizard no matter where I covered up the shine on the ball. And then three very bright doors next to it. Okay. So to me, that was about standing in your own truth. We'll definitely invite these doors to come open into your life. All right. It's kind of similar to Leo, but in a slightly different way. So, important thing is to believe in yourself. Okay. And the magic that is on offer because a wizard is bringing the magic in. All right. So look at your soul self to help own your own truth, and definite change is coming in. So some of you may have to do a bit more deeper soul work to encourage these doors to open. Some of you may have already done quite a lot of soul work and you're just not seeing the doors yet, or they're nearly there. They're just not presenting themselves quite definitely. But they are there. And this orange wizard is really trying to manifest for you. Okay. So that's a lovely image that she's given. So watch out for this orange wizard. All right, I know it's Halloween, but you never know. so that's for Virgo. For Libra, I got a massive big feather, which is lovely. They're lovely spiritual signs. Then I got a person in what I call the thinking pose. We're kind of on the floor, knees up, of like this thinking. And so there was a lot of thinking and contemplating going on in this for you, Libra. And again, this could be in many different areas of your life. So thinking and contemplation is good. This process is supported by your guides because you've got a big feather there, who are also trying to leave you signs. All right. But however, at some point, contemplation ends and decisions need to be made. Are you ready for that yet? Big question mark. Are you ready to make them decisions? Or your results of your thinking process? Okay. So that's for Libra. For Scorpio, I got the Sphinx, but it was only the head. And then I got 2 feathers. Okay. Now, obviously, sometime in like the 20th century, if you know the Sphinx you only could see was the head. I think it was the 20th century. Don't quote me. Don't shout if it was the 19th century. And some lovely people decided, no, there's more than just the head. We need to dig. All right. And so they kept digging and they found loads of new things appearing, and it changed the viewpoints, and there's still more to dig, and it's just kind of changed the outlook completely. So this is the secret for you. Keep digging deep for your answers, whatever your answers may be, or your question maybe, should I say. Spiritually, you've been supported by at least 2 family spirits. I did feel very strongly there were family spirits. Okay. Right. So to do that, you need to find your truth. And then when you think you found your truth, go and do your research, check things out, use your gut instinct, and keep going. All right. And there was lovely blue spirit above that, which usually is about communicating as well. So whatever you find what your answers are, also look for communication. Find your answers. Okay. So that's for Scorpio. For Sagittarius, I've got a blue spirit here as well. She's obviously doubling up on blue spirits today. So for Sagittarius, I've got a figure looking over details. Now she's bent over, just minutely looking at details, and the blue spirit is like above the head here. Okay. So, and I've had to underline details. All right. So it's a bit like having to check out the small print. All right. So scrutinize any details, Sagittarius, paperwork, any teaching that you're doing, any learning you're doing, anything that what you need to check, recheck, all like this. And because the blue spirit's there, don't be afraid to ask questions before you make a decision, before you commit yourself to, I don't know, if you're a student putting words on paper or whatever you do it nowadays. Legal work, etc. Scrutinize everything. All right, small detail. Don't be frightened to communicate. Okay, so that's for Sagittarius. For Capricorn, I got the life pathway. Now, she quite commonly shows me the life pathway because it's good to see what's going on your pathway when you come for a reading. But however, she showed me this time steps going down from your life pathway. And I could see this figure walking down and walking down. And then, so for Capricorn, it says it may feel like in one area of your life that everything is moving in the wrong direction. Okay. And it feels downhill. However, as the figure was going downhill, I could clearly see a better option lighting up. Okay. And then it kind of backtracks onto itself to get you back onto your right pathway. So keep looking for your options if everything feels it's going downhill. All right. And also, I want to say you need to trust your instinct more and also be more assertive. Okay. So, like, I don't know, just as a prime example, you're waiting for an appointment to come through and you just feel as if you're getting fobbed off. Don't just sit there waiting for the drop through the post. And ring them up, you know, because these obstacles that I'm seeing on these pathways aren't necessarily of your making. And some of you, they might be, but they're not necessarily of your making. And it's no point going downhill, downhill, downhill. And actually, there's an answer. But unfortunately, you've got to get certain far downhill from your life pathway before you actually get to the point where you think, look, come on, this is ridiculous. I just need to do something now. And that's kind of where you're at the minute, Capricorn, for November. And I said it could just be one area of your life. All right. So that's for Capricorn. Okay. For Aquarius, I got a person with a startled look. Now, I looked at this and I thought, I don't know how I'm going to word this because it looked like there's someone's face looked a bit startled. Then there's a bit of a gap, and there's the top part of the crown head here. Okay. And I thought, well, I can't describe it like that. That's not sounding very pleasant. But the strong feeling I'm getting at this point for this month for you, Aquarius, is that it's like you've got a moment of startling clarity and a eureka moment. All right. And because it's kind of attached a bit here, I do think it's a strong spiritual connection coming in because that's your crown. All right. And I do think that's well, it's just kind of like something drops into place. It's watch out for your dreams, watch out for your because when it's kind of like what I sometimes get is what I call a download. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but that's the only way I can describe it is when you get a beam of energy just come down and it gives you loads of information that suddenly wham, you just like you're seeing things differently. So for some of you, it'll just be that something clicks into place as you've been probably struggling with, or it'll be like a strong spiritual connection, or it could be both. It could be well connected. So watch out for being startled in a nice way. So that's for Aquarius. For Pisces, I got two bright purple areas, and now for a while she just didn't give me anything else, and I struggled to get what she was trying to tell me about these purple areas. And then very, very slowly, I saw two people, one small, one tall. So it felt as if there was, well, I wouldn't say an imbalance. I'm going more for like student mentor, that type of, or, you know, child parent, that type of thing. Excuse me. So I felt because of the purple areas, I felt there was definitely spiritual connections coming in for you, enlightenment, I want to say, more coming to you this month. Although you may struggle to understand it. Okay. So she's suggesting you reach out to a mentor, whatever the mentor may be, to gain clarity and knowledge. Okay. So also watch out for your dream activity and make sure you write them down. Okay. So that's kind of like yeah, definitely spiritual stuff going on, but there's a lot of that going on at the minute because there's a lot of changes going on in the world at the minute with the human intensity and all like this. So for Pisces, find your mentor to make sure so you can kind of understand what you've been receiving. Okay. Now, obviously, that's all the zodiac signs, but the just for the ending, I want to say there's a lot of soul energy, soul searching, which continues. And, you know, last month was very much soul energy, looking into your deeper self and things like that. And that still continues, but that again is very much on par with what's going on in the world. All right, so we expect this type of thing to continue for a little bit longer. And this would explain really why she's, but it just feel a bit more crucial this month, as if that, like you said, that shift in energy that Poppy gave me, and that tilt in the axis to look at things differently. So keep following your heart source and not your ego state. Things are changing. And all this that's going on, it will help you with that process, okay? But we are having to go a little bit more into our, the word banded around his sovereign self. All right. So that's the crystal ball readings for November 2024. We could check my daily posts out as well on our Facebook page. I put stuff on every day. So the links are either in the text, either down that way or up that way, depending where you're looking from. But it's at Crystal Ball Readings. Okay. So hopefully see you next month, and bye for now. Bye.